and welcome here at Professor Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Simon Irungu, sliding in with the big question, and I'm joined by the man himself, Mr. Herman Manyora. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good.
How's the weather? It seems so cold.
Ah, it's nice.
You're loving it this way?
This is nice.
Today I can't see monkeys running around here.
No, they know to sometimes to obey.
Okay, so today's question is on the talk that has been there on public debt, all right? And the question is our debt within sustainable and tolerable limit?
I'm not an expert in that area. I hear them talking of debt as a percentage of GDP.
Okay.
And they say we have not crossed the line.
Okay.
Those who say we haven't may even cite countries like Japan. Those who counter that say, you see, it is one thing to do your business in the dollar or your currency like the yen.
Okay.
You know, there's one thing to do it in the dollar and another thing to do in your currency like the yen.
Okay.
That if you're having your own currency like the yen, which is the unit of that transaction of debts, then you can even go beyond 100%.
Okay.
But if you are using the dollar like Kenya, then there is a percentage you should not cross. So those arguments are there. But what is in the general public domain is that our debt is too much and we should do something about it.
Okay. Yes. Still on debt, there was a video that went viral of Raila talking about debt. All right, let's play the video. Bilal, go ahead.
Leo nimesikia ati wanatoa statement ati deni imeenda juu zaidi. Hiyo deni wao wamempandisha. Lakini sisi tuna dawa ya kutibu hiyo deni. Na utambia bwana Mudavadi, wajana haya maneno, wewe mwenyewe ulipokuwa waziri wa fedha ulipandisha hiyo deni. Wewe toka hapo huna suluhu. Wacha baba na watu yake waingie pale. Wataleta tofauti. Hakuna haja ya kupiga kelele tu kumbweka na mbweka kama umbwa. Pale ati ni bega kama iko juu. Nchi gani ambayo haina deni? Deni kila mtu anakopa pesa, lakini mpaka uwe na njia ya kulipa hiyo deni.
All
right, so what do you think of the choice of word of Raila on this video?
I think what Raila is saying is true. Borrowing is it's normal. Everybody borrows at a personal level, at company level, at government level. So but what is the fuss about
his choice of word? He said that what wanabweka kama umbwa.
Yeah, you know, even me I will get irritated.
Especially people from the other end.
For two reasons. One, the international order in which we live, borrowing is part and parcel of that order.
Okay.
Okay? International business and capitalism, part and parcel of it. Secondly, the people who, that's why I would not mind the use of the word kubweka.
Okay.
Because these are the people who passed the debt ceiling in parliament the other day. These are the people who have been in charge of government all this time when debts have been going up and celebrating those debts. So now they turn around and they are making fuss out of it. You can get annoyed.
Now the Kenya Kwanza is shifting its focus on country's economy. They are saying that the country's economy is slowly gliding into a hole, tagging the problem to the doorstep of Uhuru and Raila after the handshake. What do you think about that? It
is true our economy is doing badly. That is a fact. You don't even need to tell anybody. It's obvious. Everything, every day you go to the market, everything has gone up. What you bought yesterday at 10 shillings, you go tomorrow, today it is 11, tomorrow it will be 15. That is obvious. So they are not saying anything new. To say things that are obvious is not very good also.
Okay.
But what solutions do they have?
Okay.
What solutions do they have?
No, we have
some of the problems we have, just to cut you short.
Okay.
With your permission.
It's okay, it's okay, you can go
Some
ahead.
of the problems we have are of an international nature. So what are you saying? Can you isolate our problems? One, caused by COVID, which has also affected other countries. Are you cognizant of that? They must be cognizant of that. Secondly, other things are to do with international forces and factors, like the price of crude oil and so on and so forth, and the international credit things like those. Are you showing us you understand that? So others are problems we face because you are a poor third world country and you cannot look at our tormentors, economic tormentors, because world trade is in the interest of the North or the West. Some of the challenges we have with the debt and with other things is because we cannot face the Chinese. We can't tell them off. Are they showing they have what it takes to tell off the Chinese? Let us restructure these debts. This debt was done badly. In future, we shall not do this. So they're just talking. Talking will not help you. You must come up with some radical proposals. Radical.
Okay.
None of them has come up with a radical proposal.
You stressed on the word radical.
For example, don't make noise about food security,
Okay.
about agriculture. When you cannot look at Kenyans and tell them you will address the land issue, before you address land ownership, land tenure system, you cannot address food system, food challenges in this country.
Okay.
What is your stand, William Ruto, Raila Odinga, Salem Davadi? You cannot address farming in this country unless you say we shall supply free fertilizer, free maize seed, because we have all manner of experimental seeds in this country that are causing havoc.
Okay.
Yeah? From a genetic point of view and from a scientific point of view, I don't know how to explain it. This country can afford free seed to all farmers. Are you not going to step on sensitive toes and international businessmen? Tell us that, then I can hear what you are saying. Otherwise, just shut up, go home and eat ugali. We shall make you president, not because you can do anything.
Wow.
You can be president because we like you.
That is true.
But you can't change anything.
Okay.
To change this country, to change the problems of food price and everything, you need to have a departure, a paradigm shift, radical paradigm shift that may put you on a head-on collision with certain forces, both local and international. Do you have what it takes to face those people?
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Kenya Kwanza tagging the issue of high increment of debt after the handshake, okay?
Yes.
Now we have the Azimio saying that this debt, saying no, this debt was accumulated during the first term when William Ruto was in power as the deputy, okay? And there is a common person between all this. After the handshake, we have Uhuru. During the first term, we have Uhuru. Can we tag this issue to Uhuru?
All this is rubbish. I've said repeatedly. First of all, from a factual point of view, they are wrong. Moi, 600 billion. Kibaki, 1.8. End of first term, 5 trillion. Unaelewa?
Okay.
As we stand now, 8.2 trillion. So more than 3 billion added on the Kibaki debt at the end of the first term.
Okay.
3 trillion added up to now. So where is more? And the figures they are raising are fictitious figures because the figures we know are in the books, are from Treasury.
Okay.
They should tell us where they get these others.
They were saying that the current debt is at 11.7.
No, it's not true.
And on the other hand,
It's
we are
not
being
true.
told it's
Current debt is at
trillion.
8.2, projected to rise to 8.8, with a ceiling of 9 trillion, which was set by Parliament. But government will always enter into guarantees. You don't load that into public debt. That's a different story.
Okay.
It is categorized differently. But for political nuisance,
Okay.
you want to play, you know.
In the near future, do we see the mark being increased?
Of course, the way we are going, first of all, we are using debt to pay debt. How will you not increase?
Okay.
You will have to increase.
Can
But do they have,
okay.
what you need to do, for example, to address the public debt, is to have the guts to face some of our debtors, non-traditional debtors, who gave us debt. You know the Chinese, they come and identify a project, they do feasibility study, they cost it, they give you the loan, they tell you when to pay,
Let me catch you
they
at
tell
that.
you the interest.
Let me catch you at that.
Yes.
The expressway was estimated to cost around 20 billion.
Yes.
And currently it's eaten up about 80 billion. And it's not even complete. Is there mismanagement of fund which is increasing the debt margin?
First of all, I'm not quite conversant with the expressway in terms of the monies.
Okay.
But what I do know is that it is a private initiative. It's not a government initiative.
Okay.
However, government has paid money and continues to adjust those monies in terms of, like paying to electricity, utility people, power, water people, compensation of land, and the usual things people do to make money. But the actual cost is not a government cost.
Okay. So there was a hashtag on Twitter that was trending and people are actually asking, is it possible to reduce the high cost of living and yet to reduce the public debts at the same time?
Yes, it's possible. It is possible, first of all, in public debt, you can renegotiate some of your debts.
Okay.
Even at a personal level. We renegotiate our debts with the bank to give you more space, to pay less every month, to leave you with enough money for your family. Government can also do the same, can renegotiate its debts and put a stop to commercial loans,
Okay.
and so on and so forth, and even negotiate some what do you call write-offs, you know, things of that nature.
Okay.
In terms of food prices, you can, with one stroke of the pen, reduce food prices significantly in this country. For example, I've argued we don't need VAT in this country because it doesn't discriminate. It's a tax where a billionaire pays the same amount as Manyora, and Manyora pays the same amount as a villager from Luombei who has never seen 10,000 in the past 10 years.
Okay.
Has never held 10,000. But is paying the same tax like me. A tax that does not discriminate is immoral. It's even criminal. So government can, with a stroke of the pen, go to parliament and wipe out VAT.
Okay.
The amount of money we get from VAT is not that much. Yet the terror it visits on the Kenyan is unimaginable. So you get like 40 billion, 50 billion, and such a little money is what is going to cause sleepless nights to Kenyans.
Okay.
You can reconsider that. So there are many things government can do, removing certain levies like VAT completely, lowering others, removing certain tariffs and fees,
Okay.
and then immediately the price of certain things will just go down.
Now, the promises that these aspirants are making, are they practical, saying that they are going to stabilize the economy? Yet they were there signing the papers that made the prices of things to go up.
Yeah, these are people who have cost us the misery. Now they are turning to tell us the ones who can change it. You are in parliament, you pass the laws that have made us suffer. Now you come and climb on an V8 and tell us things. They should give us a break.
Are they practical, these
No,
promises?
most of them are not.
Okay, now let us, before we wind up the conversation, there is a video that I showed you of Ruto saying that defending the increment of petrol by 8 shilling. And yet yesterday he was on top of a big car, saying that he is going to bring down the prices of
And they will
things.
be exposed. They will be exposed. You say this today, now today, because you want votes, you think Kenyans have forgotten. In their own words, wajinga walisha Kenya, because you are the one who defended the taxes. And now you think we have forgotten. You are saying it's Raila. Raila was not in parliament. You were in parliament with your troops.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for joining us for the big question. I'm going to be leaving you with the video below. Then you're going to leave us a comment down below. What do you think about the comments from the DP?
Kama mwananchi alikuwa analipa ushuru shilingi 100. Ukiongeza 8% inafaa kuwa shilingi 108. Lakini unakuta yule ameongeza kutoka 100 mpaka 170. Alafu anasema ni kwa sababu bei ya mafuta imeongezwa. Kwani wewe hiyo hesabu yako unafanya hesabu ya aina gani? Tutahakikisha ya kwamba mambo ya kilimo, maji ya kulima, maji ya mifugo, maji ya irrigation, mambo ya mbolea, mambo ya mbegu, tunasaidiana ndio kila mkulima awe na uwezo wa kuzalisha mazao zaidi, ndio tuweke pesa kwa mfuko ya mkulima, kwa sababu 70% ya Wakenya wanategemea kilimo katika kutafuta biashara zao. Tunaelewana? Na vile vile tuondoe aibu ya njaa katika taifa letu la Kenya. Nyinyi mnajua tukiongea saa hizi sehemu nyingi ya Kenya tuko na shida ya njaa, na hatuwezi miaka 50 baada ya uhuru bado tunaongea ati Wakenya wanakufa kwa njaa. Lazima tuweke mpango ya kutosha, na mimi nataka niwaeleze, mimi nimekuwa waziri wa kilimo, najua what I am saying, na tutahakikisha ya kwamba jambo la mambo ya Wakenya kuwa na njaa itakuwa ni jambo la historia, so that we can build a base ya mambo ya chakula katika taifa letu. Tunaelewana?